Hi, I'm Mark and I'm the human behind the podcast you're listening to right now. I'm really looking to learn more about what our listeners like and don't like about our shows. So if you're listening and you have opinions about these podcasts, I would love the chance to chat with you personally. There's a link in the show notes with how to get in touch, or you could email me at hello@lanternpodcast.com. Thanks. Now back to the episode.
10 weeks in the Billboard 200 Top 10, a third Melbourne show because pre-sale demand kept climbing, and a vinyl drop landing one day before the 13th anniversary, ARIRANG is not easing up. It's speeding up.
I'm Joey, Liz is here, and the paper trail just keeps growing. Today we've got the Kyodo News confirmed 840,000 concertgoers, a new Billboard record, and 2 mystery bonus tracks on that anniversary vinyl.
Every number we're talking about today is bigger than the one before it. That's the part worth tracking, and we're going to spell out exactly why. This one's from Kyodo News.
Seoul. K-pop group BTS drew 840,000 fans across 15 performances in 5 cities for the North American leg of its world tour, the group's agency said Saturday. The 7-member act performed sold-out shows recently in Tampa, El Paso, Stanford, and Las Vegas in the United States, as well as Mexico City in Mexico as part of its ARIRANG World Tour, according to Big Hit Music.
Kyodo News now has a byline on the 840,000 number, which means Big Hit gave that figure to a wire service. So this is sourced and stamped, not just fan math running wild.
840,000 across 15 shows in 5 cities, and all of it sold out. Then Melbourne goes and forces a third show onto the calendar. That demand curve is not taking a hint.
Worth putting next to something Joey flagged a few days ago. Jin's Run So K-Jin solo tour set the highest revenue and audience numbers ever for an Asian solo artist. Now the group tour is printing 840,000 in North America alone. Same year, same era, and BTS is setting both records.
And the Billboard gross from just the first 8 shows, Goyang, Tokyo, Tampa, was already $76.2 million, which made it the highest grossing tour of April. That's before the North American leg even finished. We still don't have the full number.
Billboard writes,
BTS have added a third Melbourne show to their Australian tour leg of BTS World Tour ARIRANG, responding to overwhelming pre-sale demand with a new date at Marvel Stadium on Wednesday, February 10th. The addition brings the Australian run to 5 shows, 3 nights at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, February 10th, 12th, and 13th, and 2 nights at Accor Stadium in Sydney, February 20th and 21st.
Melbourne just got a third night at Marvel Stadium. February 10th is the new date, so the Australian leg is up to 5 shows total. 3 in Melbourne, 2 in Sydney. That's not enthusiasm. That's sell-through forcing a calendar change.
And this is the same demand curve that already put 840,000 people across North America. Kyodo confirmed that number. It's sourced. So acting like it would flatten heading into the next continent was always wishful thinking from people who wanted it to.
Army membership presale for the new Melbourne date opens June 3rd. General on sale June 4th. So if you're in Australia and you've been sitting on the fence, the window is basically tomorrow. Here's allkpop.
The celebration begins on June 4th with the release of BTS's annual family photo, one of the group's signature traditions dating back to 2014. The new photo is expected to draw significant attention as it marks a rare, full group gathering following the members' military service period. On June 5th, BTS will release the official performance video for Hooligan, a track from the group's 5th full-length album, ARIRANG.
The Festa schedule is fully official now. It dropped at midnight June 1st, and the theme is 13 BTS. The idea is that 12 is a complete cycle, 13 is what comes after completion, and Big Hit is leaning all the way into that framing for the anniversary.
The June 4th family photo is the one I need. First full group photo since everybody's been back from service. That image is going to break the internet before Festa even really gets going.
And it lands right before the Busan concerts, which are already sold out. So this isn't just a content calendar. It's a very deliberate countdown that drops a family photo, then the Hooligan performance video, then whatever else is in that schedule, and walks fans straight into a live show. Big Hit planned the escalation.
The 13 goes beyond completion framing is doing a lot. After the hiatus, after service, they're not calling this a return. They're calling it what comes after a full cycle. That is a very specific thing to say to ARMY in year 13.
allkpop writes,
According to Big Hit Music, the group will release a special vinyl edition on June 12th, just one day before BTS celebrates its debut anniversary on June 13th. The release will include the full track list from the group's fifth full-length album, ARIRANG, along with 2 bonus tracks. The added songs are Voice Message Love Song and the Korean version of Normal.
Okay, so Big Hit finally told us what those 2 bonus tracks are: Voice Message, Love Song, and the Korean version of Normal. Voice Message is the voicemail format track where all 7 members answer the question, "What is your love song?" And production-wise, that feels exactly like the kind of intimate concept Yoongi would have had fingerprints on.
And the timing. June 12th, one day before the anniversary, the same night as the first Busan concert, means Big Hit is making fans take in new music while they're either in the venue or watching from home, and then wake up on June 13th already living with it. That's a very deliberate emotional setup.
The Korean version of Normal is the one I want to sit with, though. The original is already carrying that 10-week Billboard run, and putting a Korean language version out only on vinyl is the kind of move that rewards the collectors and the purists at the same time.
And honestly, dropping a Korean Normal on vinyl while the album is still in the Billboard 200 Top 10 is not subtle. That's chart strategy wearing anniversary clothes.
From allkpop.
According to Billboard on May 31st local time, ARIRANG climbed to number 9 on the chart with 41,000 equivalent album units during the week ending May 28th. The album has now spent 10 consecutive weeks in the top 10, making it the first album by a Korean artist to achieve this milestone on the Billboard 200.
Quick update on where we left off yesterday. 9 weeks in the Billboard 200 Top 10 became 10, and that one extra week is the record. First Korean artist album ever to hit that mark, sitting at number 9 with 41,000 units for the week ending May 28th.
And that 41,000 units is happening during active tour weeks. So the North American leg is literally feeding the chart position in real time. The tour isn't separate from the album era. It is the album era right now.
What I want to flag is the vinyl dropping June 12th, one day before the anniversary, with 2 bonus tracks Big Hit hasn't detailed yet. If those units count toward the next chart cycle, Week 11 could get even messier than Week 10.
Big Hit making fans sit overnight with new music before the actual June 13th birthday hits. That is a deliberate psychological move, and I am absolutely here for the chaos it's going to cause on the timeline.
If you like keeping up with every official move in K-pop, try Blackpink Daily Podcast. Daily Blink updates on Jennie, Lisa, Jisoo, and Rosé, from solo releases to comeback watch, fashion, and charts. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts. If anything today had you opening a new tab in your head, we've put the links to every story in the show notes so you can read through the official sources and context for yourself. That's BTS Daily Podcast for today. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back with you soon. This is a Lantern Podcast.